Hi, I'm the Moroccan Angel, and I'm here to help others set things right with their Maker. Generally, people tend to say, quote unquote, the Bible, and group two sets of time together into one bundle. You have the original text of Scripture, which some may label as, or many label as, the Old Testament. I refer to it as the original Testament because that's what it is. And even within this, you find a separation of the Torah and additional historical books documenting events that took place thousands of years ago involving interactions with the great spirit of life, the Creator, and it's quite phenomenal, actually. To be more specific, there's a casual stating that the Bible is one of the oldest religious texts in the world. No. The Torah is one of the oldest religious texts in the world, as it was written, to our knowledge, approximately 4,000 years ago. Now, the added New Testament, the Christian book, as it was called, and cleverly bound together with the original Testament text into one book in the late 4th century. The New Testament, or the Christian book, is dated approximately 2,000 years ago. There's a big difference. Now, the Christian understanding of how to get to heaven is quite different from the original Testament. The original Testament documents their interactions and situations relating to the God of Israel. And if you'd like to learn more about that, you can visit my website. There is a blog entitled The Old Testament Way to Heaven, in which I go through the details of what these individuals documented as the God of Israel stating what he deems the way to heaven or to dwell in his presence. So, in the New Testament scriptures, there is a fascination, if you will, of avoiding the physical death of the body. And as you can see, death is still very prevalent, just as it was then a reality. So, if they couldn't actually avoid death or dying, then there's the next best thing. The promise of peace after death. Because no one wants to, no human enjoys the thought of suffering after death. So when someone comes along and says, I know how you can avoid suffering after dying, you sort of listen. As a human, you're compelled to. This is something that naturally piques the curiosity because it's an unknown, and humans like to know things. It gives you a sense of control of your space, your environment, as well as other reasons. But humans are just curious creatures. So within the New Testament scriptures, Jesus stated, "Not everyone who says to me, 'Lord, Lord,' shall enter into the kingdom of heaven. Only the one who doeth the will of my Father, which is in heaven." And in Luke 6, chapter 46, he states, "Why do you call me Lord, Lord, and do not the things which I say?" Now, this was a problem then, and it's a problem now. I cannot tell you how many people this is applicable to. Well, actually, I don't have to tell you. You can see it for yourself on social media, the news, within the churches. You're probably one yourself, professing to be a Christian, but not. You see, when professing to be a Christian, you're claiming something. And that something has to be verified with factual evidence. Well, what is the factual evidence? The very defining of the word Christian. A Christian is one who steadfastly follows or obeys the teachings of Jesus, manifesting the qualities and spirit of Jesus. So, how many professing Christians out of 2.6 billion fit this bill? Most Christians are teaching, or most professing Christians are teaching, claiming, and living as a sinner. And what's a sinner? By sheer definition of the word, those who violate the laws and commandments of the God of Israel. And what did Jesus teach? To keep the laws and commandments of the God of Israel. As a matter of fact, Jesus commanded to all those who sought to follow him, go and sin no more. Genuine Christians do not sin, but the modern day professing Christian will state vehemently that it can't be done. In Romans chapter 2, verse 13, the Apostle Paul wrote, "For it is not the hearers of the law who are righteous before God, but it is the doers of the law who will be declared righteous." It is those who actually obey the law that shall be justified before the God of Israel. Does this coincide with the original testament? 100%. We know without a doubt within the New Testament scriptures that no sinner shall enter the kingdom of heaven. This is not a question. No deal. No sinner shall enter the kingdom of heaven. Now, why are we hearing professing Christians say that this is impossible to stop sinning? Why are they telling everyone that everybody sins? Why are we hearing this? So, first things first. What the professing Christian declares does not define genuine, authentic Christianity. Jesus defines authentic Christianity. So one of the first alerts or red flags that you are speaking to an imposter is that instead of fulfilling or carrying out Jesus' command, they excuse it away. Bottom line, they cannot do it. When Jesus gives a clear command, for example, go and sin no more, the false Christian redefines this as do not make a practice of sinning. Why is this? Because they lack the one key component that will enable them to gain entry into the kingdom of heaven. And what is that? His Spirit. So those who are actually void of His Spirit, what you're seeing is they are only mimicking what they've read or come to understand Christianity to be. But they have never experienced the supernatural rebirth that Jesus spoke of. And this is why their minds are still in darkness, still in sin, still deceived. Without the true indwelling of Jesus' Spirit, the New Testament scriptures note that you will not enter into heaven without it. And because they have never experienced this supernatural event, naturally, they deny it, just like Jesus said they would. So you have these individuals professing to be Christians, and yet never having experienced the event of being born again. They believe they are genuine Christians because they cried and deeply, sincerely wanted it, and other individuals who did the same congratulated them into the quote-unquote family with no biblically aligned evidence. The same opposing struggles and desires, same sicknesses and diseases, same filthy mouth, just this hope. Well, Jesus knows my struggles, they say. He understands me, they say. He loves me despite my faults, they say. He gets me, they say. Well, did he get Judas? Mm. According to the Christian religion, the only way into the kingdom of heaven is to possess the true indwelling Spirit of Jesus, which is confirmed with visible, obvious, notable, biblically aligned confirmations. However, according to the God of Israel, there's another way. I'm the Moroccan angel. Remember, always do what is right. It matters.